All right. I think we're almost ready to go. Over here. What's up? Freaking Twitch and YouTubes. Just set on my screen so I can read what I have to read. Cool. We got a pretty packed agenda. We got to make up because yesterday totally butchered it and had basically no sound. Gonna double check right now that there is sound. Bear with me here. Yep, it looks like we have sound. My computer has sound, which is not good necessarily, but all right, we're in business. We're gonna go live. So, gonna go over kind of what was missed yesterday and stuff like that. Not gonna go too much into detail. Sorry, that's forever lost. Probably was over detailed anyways, although we were under 8 minutes, which is always good news. Gonna get right into it. Obviously, today is the pre-birthday special. Tomorrow turning 30. So anyone who kind of grew up with me, yes, we're getting old. Anyone older than me, wow, you're really old. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, life stinks like that. You know, every year you get older, beyond 25, you just feel kind of like crap. But I actually feel younger and happier than I was probably at like 26 or 27. So jokes on everyone there. We're going to keep moving along. Daily quote for today is it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years, which is hilarious because I actually wrote this like a week ago, a lot of these quotes. This is from Abraham Lincoln. It's pretty funny how that just kind of lines up like that. So we'll keep going. These are some lessons learned from yesterday. Don't let the fear of looking bad stop you from doing what you're passionate about. The other one is find your voice. Don't let someone tell you what to say or do. You know, you should take their advice and be respectful, but be unapologetically you. Then the third one is do not let a stressful situation ruin a great opportunity. So that's kind of the lessons learned there. Usually base them off some things kind of that have happened in life. Maybe I'll go over a little bit in the daily updates. They probably made more sense yesterday, but it is what it is. So for Saturday, or sorry, 310. Yeah, 310 is actually Sunday's update. So Sunday work was crazy, but I learned a ton. We had like more people than was even expected. I think we did something like $20,000 plus in business, maybe 23 just in the morning. There was like 1 hour where we did $6,000 worth of sales, which is pretty crazy with just like the 16 people we had on and really only 2 bars. So that was nuts. And the weird thing is Saturday was less crazy, still was really packed, but I ended up making only $60 less than Sunday. So that's a little bit weird, kind of points me to like, wow, maybe sometimes too busy isn't always a good thing. I think it's because maybe a lot of tabs went unpaid or like they just got closed on the card that was there and never actually got the tip added, which is unfortunate that that happened. So we got to be better at that. I'm happy to say I only got burned by one sweet old lady for $5. I guess, you know, I'm kind of joking that she's a sweet old lady because she forgot, but I tried to get her to kind of run the tab. Next time I need to maybe be a little less polite and just get it because say like, hey, it's pretty busy right now. We don't want to miss out on any money. Ultimately, it's kind of like stealing and that ends up hurting us. I almost got burned on 3 tabs, but I was able to find the 2 people. So I was happy with that. All right. Then Monday, 3/11, March 11 was a slow day at work, but I ended up making like 160, so not too bad. It was about like 20 an hour with it being a slow day. I expect to make a lot more during the busy season, which is kind of in the next couple of weeks, which is good that we're kind of ramping up into that. I heard kind of after spring break, which is going on right now, things will really get crazy, but that's good. That means we'll be busy and have a lot of money. Always good for that. And then I feel like I've learned a lot of stuff as a server, kind of that part of my job, but I'd love to learn a lot more as like be a better bartender. I mentioned that I totally butchered like a orange tea shot. Hopefully would get it right next time. I replaced I replaced the peach schnapps with triple sec, so it was just really sweet. It wasn't really like even a tea shot there. That was unfortunate. I tasted it and then I realized after I'm like, wow, does that break my sobriety? But it wasn't like a lot of alcohol, it was just to taste how it was. I didn't think it was that bad. Personally, I think it was kind of its own little shot in a way because triple sec is just orange flavored. And so it's like orange with, you know, orange Jameson. So it was just a really orangey shot, a little bit bitter. I got made fun of by the people, but I ultimately kept it cool, didn't have to comp anything, and then just gave the guy, I think, like one shot kind of on the house. What I do need to learn to do is actually void that out properly so that doesn't like get missing in the, what I want to say, inventory. Cool. So yeah, I just want to continue being a better bartender. I did learn how to make a margarita without margarita mix. Basically, it's like tequila, triple sec, sour, and a splash of Sprite. Might be missing something there. I'm trying to think if there's something else. But the one thing I realized I didn't do was salt the rim. So next time, definitely want to be better and rip that salted rim. I don't even know exactly what to do, whether you use lime juice or what you use to make it stick. I don't think water would do it alone. Not totally sure though, to salt the rim. So I can either Google that or just ask someone. It's not the biggest deal. But otherwise, yeah, things are good. I thought, I think I mentioned on my Sunday, the daily late night Shane show about the like trip, Mrs. Delphire, but I might have missed it. Basically, I had my dad and my mom there at the same time at the restaurant on Monday, which was pretty madness. They're not like mortal enemies, but they don't really like being in the same room. Not really my mom, it's more my dad. But yeah, that was really awkward. And like, it was just, I had them both serving at the same time, trying to keep them both happy. Had like more tables than I usually have because of it. And then ultimately it went well. So could have been a lot worse for sure. So shout out to both of them for being respectful of me and my job. And it was just kind of a bad luck scenario where they were both supposed to come yesterday, but it was like supposed to be a lot more spread out. And they both kind of, one went late and one went early. And so it was kind of the perfect storm of sorts. Anyways, the last thing I want to mention is just been getting a lot of great feedback from the customers and going right to my boss, which is awesome. And the one thing someone said was like, we should try to get Google reviews and get people to post those on the Google review when they have things like that, which is fine with me. So definitely going to be encouraging people to do that, not just maybe give congratulations or whatever feedback to my boss, but to actually take it one step further and give a little feedback to Google. I also want to mention on Saturday night, did a sick rendition of 21 Questions by 50 Cent at Neil's Creek House, which is where I'm working. And that got a lot of respect points from the bar. Like even the next day, they were all saying it. Even when I was there, they were kind of pumped up. Just some sort of like entertainment. It was a little slower than I thought it would be on a Saturday night, like late night. I guess it wind down a little bit around like 8, and we got there around 10, maybe even like 9. It was winding down. But on Saturday night, and you're open that late, you kind of want to be happening a little bit more. At least like have some substance. So that's pretty interesting. Could just be that we're new. Could be that there's not the busy season. But I hope that Saturday nights become a lot more busy. Otherwise, I'm going to stick to more of the Saturday day shift. I do think one thing for now is a lot of people like Dead Dog and some of the Marsh Walk stuff. So that could be keeping people from there on a Saturday night. Anyways, today, sorry I had to give the other two updates basically because I was silent on the other call. But we're at 7 minutes, so we're not doing too bad. But today I showed my mom around Myrtle. She loved it. She's hoping to move here sometime in the future, which would be nice. Actually, one of her ex-boyfriends who she helps like raise a dog with, Thor, he's thinking about coming up here. So it's good showing some places he might like. And the big news of the day is I actually posted about loveyourlawn.care. Made a couple social media accounts. I know now I have 6 accounts, which is madness, but it's really needed to just keep the content separate and, keep brands in line with what they're about. And so currently it's loveyourlawn.care. My dad at first said he wanted to do Blades of Glory, and now he's saying Blades of Hori, or I guess it'd be Blades of Ori, because Ori is the county we're in Myrtle Beach. So it's a pretty good name, not going to lie, but not quite like ready to commit to it. I did look up the website potentially making it, and it wouldn't be too expensive. So I might do it, but that's going to be a lot of rebranding, and we just started. So not really sure if I'm going to do it, but that's just a food for thought. Maybe in a couple weeks, or maybe even that'll just be like the more general location name or something like that. I'm not totally sure. So anyways, going to keep moving down. I posted about loveyourlawn.care. We're doing about like $45 a cut if it's less than, 0.35 acres. Gonna have to talk about doing additional services like towing away the, grass clipping and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go too much into it right now, but there will be like a specific pricing model, ways that we can establish it, really keep it consistent between people. And ultimately, the first 20 people will be getting it for $40 a cut all 2024 season. And we want to offer like referrals of, I think, $10 off a weekly cut, like one weekly cut when you refer kind of like a neighbor or someone else to start our service. Shout out to Murphy for the coaching. He's kind of just helped me like understand what I need to do, how to get it going. Obviously, there's a lot I need to learn, but he just kind of was like, you need to get client number 1 before you worry about X, Y, Z, before you worry about all the other stuff. Get client 1, then client 5, then client 10, then client 20. And so starting to build it that way was really helpful. Just kind of put it into perspective that you don't have anything until you have clients. So shout out to Murphy. Also, shout out to my dad for offering to do some of the work with me. I was a little nervous that like, how am I going to hire someone? What if I don't have enough clients? Well, with him, he can help me get off the ground until I get really my first employee or two, and so that'll be great. Probably won't look to hire anyone until I have around like 20 clients and know what they want, and then once we have that, maybe bring them in and get the job done. Okay. Also, the last thing we did was we went out to dinner. So we're gonna go out to dinner again with my dad and his girlfriend, and then my cousin and Melissa. But we wanted to go out with my mom and my brother, as well as Melissa and the kids. My cousin Kate was not feeling well, so she couldn't make it. But we actually all went to Yamoda, like Chinese steakhouse, basically hibachi. It was sweet. We had a blast. Food was great. I suggest the bomb. I said bomb. I suggest the panko crusted tuna appetizers. We actually went through two. We had a cool server named Jacob, and he, kind of pointed those out as being really good. And he also gets them there when he's kind of goes there on dates with his girlfriend, he said. So that was great. It was funny watching the kids, like Charlie loved the fire, Lennon loved the fire, and PJ was actually a little bit scared of it, to be honest, which was funny. And those are my nieces and nephews. And yeah, so the guy did one of those like chicken tosses. Usually it's broccoli. Chicken, I was kind of not pissed because I'm like, oh, we have a ton of chicken anyways. But yeah, he was like tossing the chicken around to everyone. I was the first person, actually only person to get it in one try, first person to catch it. And then Richard and Melissa got it done. I think the guy threw a couple bad tosses, not going to lie, but still going to hold that to them, that I got on the first try. Can't beat that. And then the like highlight of it all was the guy rolled out a big gong at the end, and then the whole restaurant sang "Happy Birthday" to me, which was pretty awkward, but was very much like felt blessed and grateful and just happy how everything went. The kids are a little bit crazy, and you just gotta do your best to keep them in the chair, but we did all right, that's for sure. So again, shout out to Jacob, our server. Made sure to give him over 30% for doing a great job. Hopefully, I'll see him again. Maybe bring a date there and have him as a server once again. We're currently at 11 minutes 30 seconds, trying to whiz through this to get barely over 13 minutes. Maybe it'll be cool getting a 13-minute for my March 13th live. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, it's officially my 30th birthday tomorrow, so feel free to send me some birthday love. I plan on posting tomorrow about my birthday, potentially going live early in the day outside. I also plan on doing a one-handed cartwheel, so expect a post for that. I'm now at 500 followers on TikTok, so definitely Insta. You guys need to catch up because I can't believe I'm more quote-unquote famous on TikTok at the moment. But who knows? It's all kind of like gimmicky and stuff like that. Trying to get some real followers and build it up. Not really paying for followers. I did some paid advertisements. I don't really want to just like pay for fake people to follow. Like I would like to actually get real people following. So got to figure out how to do that. But it might be something in the future where like maybe I purchase like 1,000 followers just to break that threshold. I don't know. Feels weird. Feels kind of like a sellout. On TikTok, I can't go live until I have 1,000. So that's some incentive. But yeah, helpless or selfless promotion right here. Please follow my other accounts. I know I have 6 right now. Shane D Real Estate, Shane D Comedy, MondeVert _ LLC, Amini _ Amor, and last but not least, LoveYourLawn.care. I'm definitely excited, Christian, for my birthday. Thank you for asking. But yeah, don't forget at Shane D, that's me. That's the 6th account. I know there's 6 total. I'm just trying to keep the content separate and build my brands across various ventures I'm undertaking. Sounds like a lot, but ultimately it's just a way for me to get my next investment property. And so in order to have kind of the mortgage, the bank give me a mortgage, I need to have better cash flows. So I have some with real estate, but they're not as consistent. I'm going to have some with bartending, but again, that's kind of tips and stuff like that. And I don't know how much they rely on that. So between tips, the sporadic paychecks I get from real estate, and then also what I make from landscaping, I'm hoping that I can get another investment property within the next 6 months would be ideal. Also would love to refinance my house eventually because that would save me quite a bit of money. So at the end of the day, tomorrow I'm going out to dinner with my sister, my dad, my cousin, like I said, some seafood buffet, but turns out they have like chicken and steak. So I'll probably get some oysters and some tuna, maybe try some crab legs. Always like to try lobster just to see if I like it, but not really the biggest fan. So gonna get my money's worth on the steak and absolutely crush that. Hopefully everyone has a good time, and hopefully the kids are about the same behaved or better behaved than today, because they were pretty good, I'm not going to lie, but it's still pretty crazy. At the end, we're ending up here. I thank you all for the support. I'd love it if you could follow my landscaping account, send some love to that. If you have any clients or potential business, would love to get the, their business, or at least a chance at it. And also, if you know me and Timmy, you can imagine the content is going to be hilarious that will come from that. So please expect, all sorts of bickering and arguments, and just, you know, beyond that, there'll be funny times. Like, he's just a character in himself. So I can imagine you put a camera in front of him when he's doing some work, you get some silliness out of him. But that's how I'll end it. Peace out, y'all. Send your boy some birthday love. Hope you have a good one. And praying this one was not muted like yesterday. Peace out.